Katie Gebbly here. This is a little sneak peek of how my journal page is gonna end up today. And I am super excited that you're here to join me as we build these layers and work through this page and get through this together. So just a refresher, in a couple videos ago, I created a video about how to create the foundation for your journal pages. And I created a whole stack of different journal pages that look similar to this, where there's just a base layer of textures and colors and collage work down. And as I go back through each individual page, I will be adding more details, more layers, more points of interest, and that kind of thing, which is why I'm super excited that you're here to work through this with me. And I would encourage you, if this is something you're doing at your home or in your studio, feel free to try different things here. The reason this base layer of all these pages is very raw is because it's just a starting off point with this journal. And of course, you can take this as far as you want with the details and the layers and the colors you're using, or you can leave it more minimal if that's more of your style. I tend to go kind of back and forth. I've been in a bit of a bright color, kind of rough phase within my artwork, but I also have times where I want just more calm and peace and lighter colors and that kind of thing. So I predict that the end journal here that I am creating with all the pages is going to be a little bit of both, depending on how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, and that kind of thing. So all that to say, check in with yourself and do what feels good for you. And don't be afraid to, take some risks and try some different things in your artwork. So the first thing I did with this page was I added a little bit more gesso just to allow some more space if I want to do some writing here, that it can poke through a little more clearly with the white background than if it was a darker color. And then I'm still using my matte medium to glue my layers down. This is just a little piece that I tore off from a pattern design, and I'm just going to stick that on to get started on this page today. All right, now I'm ready to kind of add a little more things that are interesting on this page, a little bit more to move the eye around the page. And I am using an old photograph that I printed on a piece of transparency paper years and years ago. And it's time that I finally use it. The beauty of printing on transparency paper, or any even like thin tissue paper, which I just did a video on earlier this week, is that the colors and marks underneath can show through because it's transparent, which is just makes it really interesting. And a little more fun than just, gluing on a regular photograph. And one thing that I love to incorporate into my journal pages is just some regular tape. This is just some Scotch tape here, kind of a skinnier version. And I love this because it is slightly transparent, but you still kind of get some lines and that kind of thing on there. So I really enjoy using that. And as I just mentioned, I just recorded a video on how to add text and images to your journal pages or even just your artwork in a transparent way. So you can do some writing or print some images and then adhere this to your journal pages, and the background will still poke through because the page will be transparent. So this is just a piece of tracing paper that I'm using. It's pretty thin, and I'm using just a regular mechanical pencil here to write out my quote. And one thing I think I should mention is that when you are writing inside your art journal, you can take it to any level you feel comfortable with. But it does involve a little bit of just opening up and being vulnerable and real with yourself, and whether you are planning to share this with other people or not. Just keep in mind that the more open and vulnerable you are, the more open and vulnerable other people will be. And we need some human beings in this world that are really real and raw and open. And so I encourage you, if you're in a place to do so, feel free to write what's on your heart and what you're really feeling, because like I said, sometimes it's difficult to do, and we hold things in, I feel like, these days, or we only show the good parts of ourselves. And I just really encourage you to open up and share the ups and the downs, because I guarantee you people need to hear more of that and see more of that. So now that I did some writing on my tracing paper, I'm ready to glue it onto my journal page. And here I just try to find the position that I want it in, and then I can add any extra detail here because now I can kind of see what it's going to look like on top of my page. So I'm going to do a little more writing here. you feel like your page is ready in terms of your text, you can either cut it, or I like to tear it just because it gives it a little more raw look. So just tear what sections that you want to put on your journal page, and then I'm going to glue it down with that matte medium. And now I'm seeing a little opportunity to create even more collage work on this page. And I think I want to incorporate a little more bright colors. So what I found here was some previous pages that I had created for another project. So I'm just tearing those up, and I'm gonna glue them down and kind of see where this takes me. All right, and once all of my collage pieces were dry and stuck on the page really well, I went back and added just a few more little details to this page. And then I think for now I'm gonna leave it at this. I'm happy with how it looks. I can always revisit it and add more layers or colors later, but right now I'm really happy with this. So page 1 of my journal is complete, and I am so excited to see where this is gonna take me, and you as well if you're creating along with me. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Talk soon. Bye.